الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء بعضهم أولياء بعض ومن يتولهم منكم فإنه منهم إن الله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين فترى الذين في قلوبهم مرض يسارعون فيهم يقولون نخشى أن تصيبنا دائرة فعسى الله أن يأتي بالفتح أو أمر من عنده فيصبحوا على ما أسروا في أنفسهم نادمين ويقول الذين آمنوا أهؤلاء الذين أقسموا بالله جهد أيمانهم إنهم لمعكم حبطت أعمالهم فأصبحوا خاسرين يا أيها الذين آمنوا من يرتد منكم عن دينه فسوف يأتي الله بقوم يحبهم ويحبونه أذلة على المؤمنين أعزة على الكافرين يجاهدون في سبيل الله ولا يخافون لومة لائم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله واسع عليم إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. In the previous ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had exposed the Yahud and their fallacy of belief. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the mu'mineen. The background of the first ayat is that when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had come to Medina, he had signed a treaty with the Yahud and in fact the Nasara as well, and that was that they were going to live peacefully with the Muslims and not going to help any enemy that would attack Medina. In fact, they would help retaliate against any enemy that would attack Medina. They will fight alongside Muslims. Some Mufassirin have written that this treaty after Uhud, or some have not specified that this happened after Uhud, but the Jews, because of their constant nature of doing mischief, they invited the kuffar to come and seek protection in their castle and use their place to attack Muslims in Medina. And some have written that after Uhud, the Munafiqeen, which were Jews mostly, they were apparently a part of Muslims. They started to fear that now there is no chance of Muslims ever overpowering the kuffar. So after Uhud there was an apparent defeat, so they thought that Muslims are never going to be successful against the kuffar. So they tried to start making secret treaties and pacts with individual Yahud on an individual person-to-person basis. Two famous people are Hazrat Abdullah ibn Samit radiallahu anhu, who had this kind of a pact with one Yahudi that he would keep some communication with them. But when this ayah came, Abdullah ibn Samit, Ubadah ibn Samit radiallahu anhu, he expressly publicly said that I am going to sever and shun all my ties with the Yahud because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us to cut off these ties with them. Another person which is famous in history is Abdullah ibn Ubay Salul, the famous munafiq of his time. He, of all times basically, he, after listening to this ayah, said that I fear that the times are going to change and I need my protection. So I am a person who is afraid of turning of tides basically. And he kept his pact with the Jews. And these people were, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling them awliya of Yahud. Awliya of Yahud. So awliya or wali does not mean a simple friend, but an intimate, profound, deep friendship that exists between two people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in this ruku, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying some making some very beautiful comparisons between the munafiqeen and their traits, and why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declaring them an awliya or awliya of kufr, Yahud and Nasara. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is comparing these people and the traits of their hearts with the people of Iman who are the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first thing that we learn is that awliya or wilayat or friendship, profound friendship, not a common friendship. Wilayat is a profound, deep friendship which also includes sharing of secrets. So these people among the Muslims who were munafiqeen, they were sharing Muslim secret news and Muslim plans with the Jewish people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling them awliya of kuffar. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has connected in the next ayat, the future ayat that we are going to read, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has connected His wilayat with the condition of the heart of people. Anyway, so these people, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, those people who have believed, La tattakhidul yahuda wal nasara awliya. Do not make these Yahud and Nasara your profound, your deep friends, your deep friends, intimate friends. Ba'duhum awliya'u ba'd. They are friends to each other. Another explanation of this part, Ba'duhum awliya'u ba'd, Al-Hakim al-Ummah Mawlana Sharif Thani has written that friendships are based on similarities, on what you find, similarities of personality, similar traits of personality. The person that your personality matches with that person you develop a profound relationship, a deeper relationship of friendship. So in some regards, the munafiqeen, although they claim to be Muslims, their hearts deep within, they have the traits of kufr within them. And if you compare it to the next ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that the people who are awliya of Allah, the awliya of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the awliya of people of faith, they have these qualities. So qualities, similarities of personality traits make people awliya to each other. وَمَن يَتَوَلَّهُم مِّنكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ. Those who make wilayat, who take them as deep friends, intimate friends, then they are one of them. Therefore, in the contrast, those people who keep their wilayat with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the people of faith, it is hoped that they will be combined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment with these people. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decided for these people that these unjust, these zalim people, cruel people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to show them the right path because of their taking non-Muslims and enemies of Allah and the enemies of the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam as friends. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to give them hidayah. Then listen to this ayah, as has been said, that Abdullah ibn Ubay Salul and other some munafiqeen, they said that no, we are worried about Muslims being overpowered, so we are going to maintain our ties with the Jewish people. فَتَرَى الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ يُسَارِعُونَ فِيهِمْ يَقُولُونَ نَخْشَى أَن تُصِيبَنَا دَائِرَةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that now you will see that those people who have a disease in their heart, again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the hearts of people, that those people who have an inherent disease in their heart, you will see them saying, you will see them running and saying, يَقُولُونَ, they will be saying, نَخْشَى أَن تُصِيبَنَا دَائِرَةٌ. We apprehend that some misfortune, these are quotes from what Abdullah ibn Ubay Salul, more or less in the same words he said that أَنَا رَجُلٌ, I am a person who is afraid of turning of times, when the times will change. So what will happen to me? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that these people have a disease, have a sickness in their heart, that they don't want to put their trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't want to put their trust in the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they want to, as we say in Urdu, dono kashtiyon ke sawar hona, mudabzabin. They want to be here and they want to be there. If the Muslims become overpowered, we'll be with them. If somebody else becomes powerful, we'll be their part. All of this also is very applicable to us in these days. Wherever there is an effort of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will always find people who would be on the surface with you, but their hearts will be somewhere else. And you will see them here and you will see them there. And they will be, the reason is that they do not trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their trust lies in their own judgment. So they see that when the times are going to turn, we should have a place to escape. We should have somewhere to run away to. فَعَسَى اللَّهُ أَن يَأْتِيَ بِالْفَتْحِ أَوْ أَمْرٍ مِّنْ عِنْدِهِ فَيُصْبِحُوا عَلَى مَا أَسَرُّوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ نَادِمِينَ. It is likely, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it is likely, it is basically said that Allah has decided for this to happen. أَنْ يَأْتِيَ بِالْفَتْحِ. Number one, the Muslims are going to get victory. Very soon Allah has already decided that Muslims are going to see victory. أَوْ أَمْرٍ مِّنْ عِنْدِهِ. The other thing that is going to happen is that Allah is also going to humiliate these munafiqeen. Allah is going to give victory to the people of Allah and the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and not only that, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to humiliate these people. Their nifaq is going to come out in the public. فَيُصْبِحُوا عَلَى مَا أَسَرُّوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ نَادِمِينَ. There will be humility upon humility upon humility, multiple kinds of humility for these people. فَيُصْبِحُوا عَلَى مَا أَسَرُّوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ نَادِمِينَ. One kind of humility would be their stupidity, the foolishness of the nature of their thought will become apparent to them. The second thing will happen, the second kind of humility that will happen to them is that their nifaq, their evil state of the heart will become apparent to everyone, and they will be humiliated in the public one day. And there's multiple other kinds of humilities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for them. Did I move? وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَهَؤُلَاءِ الَّذِينَ أَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ إِنَّهُمْ لَمَعَكُمْ حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ فَأَصْبَحُوا خَاسِرِينَ. Those who believe will say, are these the ones who swore their solemn oaths by Allah that they were with you? حَبِطَتْ أَعْمَالُهُمْ. Their deeds have gone to waste. فَأَصْبَحُوا خَاسِرِينَ. And they have become losers. So on that day when everything becomes open, the people of faith will be surprised that these people came with high, tall claims of their iman, and they would swear by Allah over their iman, about their iman. But what has happened to them these days? Today, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us victory, they are nadim, they are humiliated. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from being among the munafiqeen. Inshallah, we'll continue this ruku tomorrow, the comparison of munafiqeen and the friends of Allah. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.